filthy animal. Shut up, you filthy animal. Shut up, you filthy animal.
Dildo asses.
You ridiculous. You ridiculous. You ridiculous.
The political insanity is running wild throughout the community today. Unbelievable. Good Lord. What's up, everybody? We had to come on to do a little something on this. Throwdown is live, I tweet out. I don't really know. There's a lot to say tonight. Sort of. I'm actually, it's weird because I saw this coming for the past year, even a couple years. When I first saw Kamala Harris dodge the questions of Tulsi Gabbard, and I found out what type of person she was. So now it's the four evil people running against each other. It's gonna be great. Can't wait. I don't like anybody, I'll be honest. I know everybody's gonna pick one or the other or whatever. I got liberal friends yelling at me that you don't understand how much worse Trump is. I got the other people telling me you don't know how much worse this person is. I don't care. I think they all suck, but Kamala, man. I mean, I would have gone Susan Rice over Kamala. Or Kamal. Whatever the hell her name. I can't get a name right. What's up, Jesse? How you doing tonight, Jesse? I love you.
God damn it. No, I'm good, man. Love you too. What is this
really?
bullshit?
You want to have sex?
Yeah,
you want to make love? You want to make love tonight?
We've been foreplaying around for like 7 years. We should just get to it, you know?
Yeah.
You know, your asshole's already sore from that fall, so it's already loosened up for you.
Yeah, just go a little bit south, and then we'll put the pain there, you know?
Take me home tonight. I would suck on toe.
7 years exactly. Well, at least from when the SummerSlam shit was. I can't believe it's like only a few days away. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now we're gonna come on the 7-year itch. So watch out.
Oh, great! Another one of those. That's all we need.
Nah, I think you and I are fucking bulletproof. But that all the other angry bitches in the fucking world and communities, they can all die. But
wow. Well, we're still alive. We're still around.
I love it. Fucking
not shadowed yet.
Give it 5 minutes.
I don't know, man. Biden should have just been like, I'm gonna pull double duty. I don't need a VP, especially a woman.
Well, I mean, right off the bat, I mean, we can already pull. I mean, let's pretend, like I'm not saying that Trump's great or anything about them. I'm gonna forget that. Let's just pretend that Trump. Let's pretend the Republican is Biden. Okay, let's pretend that the Republican is Joe Biden, and he says this. Well, if you have a problem figuring out if you're voting for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Let's pretend that the Republican president says, if you don't vote for me, well, you ain't black. What type of stuff would go down for him if he said something like that?
Well, we already know the answer to that.
Yeah, because Trump has said some things like that. So we you do.
He could say you're not human if you don't vote for me, and people will give him shit.
Right.
I mean, how many times in the last 6 months has racist Trump trended on Twitter?
Here's Kamala Harris, another gem, even though we all knew it was fake. Jussie Smollett is one of the kindest, most gentle human beings I know. I'm glad she knows him. I'm praying for his quick recovery. This was an attempted modern-day lynching. But actually, Kamala, it was an attempted modern-day reverse racist hoax, as Dave Chappelle will tell you if you don't believe a white guy. On an unrelated note to all of this, apparently they remade The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I want to throw up on myself.
Now I heard that. What the hell?
But it's going to be a drama.
Yeah, so someone's getting shot in this one.
Probably a white guy. But no, yeah.
Are they going to do it without Will Smith? How do you have The Fresh Prince without Will Smith?
Exactly. I mean,
but that's like doing Family Matters again and not having Jaleel White do Stephen Urkel.
Trust me, guys, it's going to be great. We're going to think Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but Orange County, like, or whatever that show is.
Oh, fuck it. Let's go to Compton with that show. Let's just totally shake the thing up.
On a double on a double unrelated note, my Turkey Club mask came in today, and I had fun looking like a bank robber in the store. I mean, I always wanted to be able to go into stores to pretend like I was going to rob them, but then not rob them.
Now they're asking you to.
Well, you should have seen the guy behind. I was behind the Brinks truck guy with all the money the other day, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not going to kill you," and he like laughed and stuff, and I'm like, "Yeah, now you got to watch out for everybody." Dude, I didn't care. On a quadruple super duper unrelated note, on about this time 8 years ago was when I first started going live on the Joe Cronin show, and I took this photo of me, Leah, and Gavin when I only had one kid. Look at that. We're so young. We only had one kid. Put that up on Twitter too. But back to the Biden and Kamala Harris crap. Someone left this comment in the YouTube channel when we were talking about this earlier, and I thought this was pretty funny. And they left it as Hulk Hogan, which, he says the N-word, so take it with a grain of salt. Brah, he picked Kamala Harris after she accused him of racism just a few months ago. What a clown show. So she called him a racist just a few months ago. He picked her. On a quadruple super duper unrelated note, Leah bought me the Alex Jones t-shirt that I always wanted. Thanks, Leah. Now I can go to the stars just like Alex does.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that with Kamala Harris, because little do people forget that in the primaries last year, she basically called Biden a racist then.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Well,
didn't
you
she
mentioned
also
the Hulk
say,
Hogan tweet. I'm
pretty sure she called him a racist.
That with the Hogan tweet, I gotcha.
Now, on another note, here is where Kamala Harris told everybody that she believed that Joe Biden was a rapist.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up next. Was that part?
I believe them.
Funny to me.
I believe them. These are the women that accuse Biden of raping them and molesting them, or whatever it is. I believe them, and I respect them being able to tell their story and having the courage to do it. So she believes them. So Joe Biden sexually assaulted women, but you don't care.
He's like the fruit salad of your life guy, except he's like, it's the scratch and sniff of your life.
Right.
We just sniff everybody, scratch him a little, finger him.
This is hilarious.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Such fucking blatant agenda bullshit. I just can't believe people are falling for it. I saw so many people today like, oh yes, now we really got a good movement against the fucking whatever the fuck Trump or whatever. People are so blinded by that shit that they don't realize they're being fooled.
On a uptuple under the on a flip over circular jerk rotation, fully unrelated note. Warwick Dunn. His mother was a Baton Rouge police officer who was shot and killed, and he had to raise his brothers and sisters or whatever. And he went to college, graduated, went to the NFL, and he built and paid for over 145 homes for single mothers. This guy is a goddamn legend. I never even knew this. Assuming this is true, I never knew this. That's amazing. Good job, work done. That's pretty badass. I did not know
Let's
about
make him
that.
vice president.
Yeah, he'd be better. I'd rather Warwick. I don't even know Warwick Dunn. Whatever. He's probably better. I agree. I don't know, but he probably is. Why wouldn't he be?
This goes furthermore to my point with the whole Kamala Harris thing. Let's just keep throwing more career politicians into the fucking pool. That's really going to help things out.
On a circle jerk around the world, double, triple, quadruple, uptupular, unrelated note.
Off the backboard.
This man walked up to this 5-year-old and shot him in the head and killed him today or yesterday, I think it was, in North Carolina. You probably haven't heard about it, but if that had happened, if a white guy had killed a little black kid, I think we'd be having riots right now. It would be all over the news all night long about how the racial whatever. Even if it had nothing to do with race, like this probably maybe doesn't potentially, because he looks like he's mentally disturbed. But it's just interesting that I don't see it anywhere, and it would be raving about through the night. Kamala Harris is equal to Mike Pence in scumbaggery, so this will be a very fun election year. I'll tell you that. I will tell you, this will be fun. She's put what does she put black people in jail for smoking weed. She's helped try to deny evidence. There's just a million horrific things that she's done over there in California.
She didn't do anything to reduce prison population. They were facing starvation in the prisons over there, and she did very little. Matter of fact, she opposed the death penalty. Maybe the death penalty would have helped lighten up the overpopulation there.
Right.
Lighten the load.
Now,
but instead, she just left people to be stacked on top of each other and starve. But, she's so great over there.
Now, I'm not doing all this to tell you out there that are listening. I'm not saying all this to tell you to vote for Trump, because I'm not going to. I'm just doing this to show you that she is literally as bad and disgusting as anybody else in this race. If you Biden, Trump, Pence for sure, this lady is the perfect opposite of Pence. Just Wall Street for the banks, for the corruption, will do what anyone tells her to do, whatever gets her in there and gets her going, which is why Biden is there. The handlers are the ones that announced this today. You would think Biden would come out with a message first. But no, it was all the handlers. Maybe Joe was having convulsions or something.
He's gonna need a speaking spell soon. That guy.
We really got to get We got to get a compilation of Joe Biden just not knowing where he is. Part of me, if it wasn't for the evil that I know that is behind this guy, because CNN won't even write an article about that kid. Yeah, it would be plastered everywhere. You can see the agenda. If it wasn't for the evil handlers of Biden, the people who are really because if you think Biden is running because he's Biden and he believes in something, you are crazy. Like Donald Trump might be an asshat and an idiot, and maybe he's mean, or maybe he has some ulterior motives with some of his corporate friends too. But I'll tell you, man, the Democratic Party right now, the ones that are getting through. Because why is Tulsi so good and smart and normal? Oh, the normal, smart person is not allowed to run, basically, and pushed out of everything. But the Joe Biden picks Kamala Harris that people didn't even like, really. And I'm seeing people write, yes, we can, like Kamala. Like, I'm going to throw up on somebody.
Oh, my God. That's exactly. When I heard you say that right now, I thought it was a joke.
No.
Oh, my God.
No, it should be yes. Yes, we come, and a load on her face.
Yeah, or yes, we. The thing.
By the way, I want to tell you something. I'm not even joking. I have spoken with people that matter to me. I'm talking about Black African Americans. I have spoken to many African Americans. Doesn't mean that this is how everybody feels. I am shocked. And I'm talking about people who even oppose me on some things, that we don't agree with a lot of things, but I understand them. They have come to me and said, we call her, I think something like Kamala Harris or like Uncle Tom Harris or something. Like I can't even say what they said because I don't even know what it was, but it was like something derogatory. And it's on my Twitter feed. Multiple people, multiple African Americans coming to me and telling me that this lady is the scum, is unbelievable. They can't even believe that she's been picked. They can't believe it. So this is crazy. But yet I do see some 20-year-old white women and boys on Facebook who are super happy, who have no idea about anything. But other than them.
Yeah, like I saw a lot of misdirected, I don't want to say misdirected, but like whatever, right? Like people like, oh, this is going to help with women's rights and all these other things. I go, what the fuck? This person does not care about anything but feeding an agenda for the moment. And if that moment changes, she'll feed that thing. You know? It's fucking puppetry.
Breaking 911 put out a tweet earlier today after the announcement, said, who wins presidential election 2020? 100,000 votes. Trump and Pence, 84%.
I mean, they are a little right-leaning. That's crazy. They are a little right-leaning Twitter.
Not 84%. I've seen them do polls before, and not that dominantly.
No,
I'm sorry, where was that done?
That is
Breaking
crazy.
911.
I mean, that's like thousands.
Okay,
you want to see my poll? I only got 200 votes, but...
Well, yours pretty much went the same way.
Yeah.
You had a third option there, but if you add those two options together...
Yeah. Who are you voting for? The JCS community, 44% said not voting. Which, by the way, I want to tell you, these are almost identical poll numbers to what we got in 2016 when I ran this exact same poll. Granted, that got 1,000 votes because I had a bigger Twitter account and I wasn't banned.
You're saying that many people said they weren't going to vote back then?
Yes, it was like 50% not voting, and I think Trump and Hillary were close. Like they were like almost tied with the community. But
realistically, that's about how many people don't vote nowadays.
No, it is.
It's not a little higher.
No, only 35% of the country votes or something like that.
Exactly.
I mean, does it really matter anyway? Because the Electoral College wins it out anyway, so it's just a popular vote. Doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, Trump lost the popular vote.
Yeah, Trump lost. Hillary won 51% or 52% or something like that.
Just think how much worse things would be right now. About how much worse things would be if Hillary was in charge during all this.
You're right, because one thing Trump's done, and I don't give a shit, good or bad, hate the guy. I don't fucking like or hate him, but what I can say is he's in the way, in a good way. Like he's in the way, because Hillary, if she got in there, man, you wouldn't have missed a beat. We would have done the George Floyd thing. All this shit would have been happening 2 years into her term.
So
she would have left us hanging on COVID, just like she did with Benghazi. She just likes to leave people hanging,
That's her.
I ran a poll. I ran a poll on YouTube as well, and it got similar results. Look, it's almost identical to the Twitter poll. 44%. Wasn't that the number on Twitter just now?
It's pretty close.
Is that the same numbers?
I think it's the same number. If what you said a minute ago
it's
was right.
It's the same numbers. It really is. There's 200 and something more people voted on YouTube than Twitter. Oh my God, dude. It's the same goddamn numbers.
And like I said, every poll you look at, Biden and Harris is in the teens, no matter what poll I've looked at.
See,
and I should say a non-biased poll. You put it out, you get these polls that come back in CNN release. I don't trust those as far as I can throw. Of
course.
Because all those polls and shit had Hillary winning, and Hillary didn't win shit.
They lied last time. Well, she did. She won the popular vote. But
well, no, but you know what I mean.
She did not win the popular vote. I'm sorry. I've got to fucking get in here. She did not win the popular vote.
Okay, who won the popular vote?
Trump did. Do you not understand that 20 million illegal votes were cast for Hillary? She lost by a landslide. And you're referencing polls like, oh, well, Biden's leading by this. Do you really believe that? Literally,
I didn't reference any polls.
You did. You're
Well,
like, oh,
I think you guys. I think one of you guys said it was 51%.
Yeah, I referenced the poll. No, I didn't
Yeah.
reference any polls.
you did.
No, you said she won the popular vote 51% or something.
No,
Somebody said that.
no. Joe was talking about the fact that Biden was leading in polls.
No, Drew said
yeah.
that.
I said that. Well, no, I didn't say Biden was leading in any polls.
No, but
No, we're talking
No.
about Hillary's polls when she won.
No, I never
her and
mentioned
Trump.
Hillary's polls. Hillary sucks.
you were comparing to Hillary in the sense that you said, "Oh, well, she won the popular vote," but you were basically referring to the fact that that the polls right now are basically showing that Biden is leading.
Yeah, Drew
And-
said that, and we said we didn't trust them.
Yeah.
What poll
No,
did I
but then
say
you
Biden was leading?
but then you immediately started referencing how Hillary had the popular vote, and that's blatantly false. Like, you can't trust any of these fucking
Okay,
polls.
but wait a minute. I agree. We already said we agree with that. Nobody's saying we don't agree. The CNN makes up the polls. I said last time they did that too. CNN said Hillary was going to win the last time too. They just made it up.
But you're also referencing that she won the popular vote. When, if you look back into this information,
Everybody in the country is under agreement that she won the popular vote that I've heard of. I've never heard anybody say that that's
No,
not
it's
true.
everybody.
If that's the truth, then George Bush lost to Al Gore in 2001 too.
He did, and he did, and like there's verifiable proof that well, first of all, his fucking stupid brother was running the count there in Florida, but also like they were literally, dude, they were finding truckfuls of fucking votes, like just like they were precast for Bush. Like Al Gore would have won that if the fucking Republicans didn't fucking do the crime that they did.
So you're saying that the truth that is out there that Hillary won the popular vote is not true.
Yes, I believe that because of the statistics that you can prove, that you can show that there was massive amounts of voter fraud that was cast in Hillary's favor, and despite that, she still didn't win.
Well, they'll tell you the same thing about Trump and Russia and everything too.
Yeah,
Well,
to be fair,
you guys have all more data than I do, but I remember the feeling of it. I thought that Trump had won the popular vote based on the feeling I remember at the time. I don't have any data to back that up.
Well, the official number they give
Well, you're
out
right,
is
Jesse.
that Clinton won by more than 2 million votes in the popular vote. That's the official number that they released.
it was 48.2
Now, there's a
to
lot of,
46.1.
But they also say that Russia interfered in the election, and what Dave's
Yeah,
saying
there was a
about
lot of
Hillary and
bullshit.
the 20 million votes.
Hold on,
So
that Russia was involved, and that has all been discredited by now. Like, please,
I'm just saying, hey, I'm just saying what they're telling us.
They say the ones that have been trying to fuck with Trump for the last 4 years, not allowing for any sort of proper political passages of laws to go down. You know the Russia thing is fake. So why would you even bring that up as like, oh, well,
I don't know. Why would you bring up the 20 million votes on Hillary?
How are we going to prove that those votes are frauds?
Those
by
are
the
no more
fact that
official
you
than
can-
the Russia votes.
How
Okay,
are-
So-
by the fact that you can actually track how many illegals are in America,
how do we know they voted for her?
because you've got registration of particular individuals who are registered, say, as Democrats.
It's a lot of people.
You got Guillermo's vote there?
I mean, Dave, wouldn't somebody had like really blown this up by now? Like, or has it been blown up somewhere where I can reference
Yeah,
it?
WikiLeaks also spoke a lot about that. This was all. Look, the information's out there. They stole the
Ugh.
they try to steal those votes. They tried to steal the election. They failed.
I don't doubt that
because
there was voter fraud on both sides, but the fact that there
on
was
both sides.
you don't think there wasn't on the other side?
Are you swallowing the whole idea that Russia was somehow involved?
I
in
didn't say
actually
anything about Russia.
influencing?
They didn't say one
vote
word
for
about Russia.
Republicans?
I said nothing about Russia. I just
I
said
think
you
you're trying
don't.
to say there was corruption on both sides, right, Joe?
That's all. I
mean,
just
No,
said there's
yeah, but
potential for corruption on both sides, and I don't think we really have the facts right now to tell what to
after
really go
4
into
years,
this.
yeah.
I would think that this would be pretty blown open right now, like over the exact
It
numbers.
wouldn't
numbers.
surprise
discussed.
me if it was true.
Dude,
but
it was discussed right after the election. This stuff was exposed. Project Veritas.
I mean, I
fucking
saw.
exposed this stuff.
I was able to back then. I remember like getting kind of confirmation on like like 30,000 fraudulent things in one area, and there was 10,000 fraudulent ones for Trump at one point. I remember hearing too, but I didn't look into it much because I just figured they kind of offset each other. It wasn't really that crazy of a thing, and I would think by now either Trump or somebody else would have blown this up by now, because if Trump was smart, he would have had his whole team expose this and say, look, Hillary cheated. And he'd be running on, they cheat, this is what they do. And he would say it every second, they're going to cheat again.
Hold on. He actually publicly admitted that she stole that fucking win from Bernie. He publicly admitted that. Don't give me this shit that he doesn't. Look, what's he going to do?
I know they stole it from Bernie. We know that. We have proof of that.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
that was illegal, and Trump called it out. So don't
Yes.
say that Trump doesn't call this shit out.
No.
But he lets his enemies fucking make mistakes.
Dave, I didn't say, I never said he didn't call out Bernie. I said he didn't call out this because it didn't happen. Now you're jumping over to he called out Bernie. Well, no shit he did, because that happened. You dildo.
No, you're trying to equate one with the other.
No,
And
you're trying to equate one with the other.
No, you're basically trying to say that, Hillary stole the vote from Bernie, but Trump was somehow
You brought up
involved
Bernie,
in
not
some
me.
sort of
You
weird
brought up
thing that
Bernie.
was going on with the voting. Like,
Dave, you have brought up Bernie. I did not. You brought him up. I was just talking about if this was real with the voter fraud, Trump would have
basically
exposed
saying that
it.
Trump stole from Hillary when we know that fucking Hillary stole from fucking Bernie.
No, I'm saying that there was fraud on both sides, but it was negligible, so that nobody really brought it up. If it was a massive fraud,
was brought up though. It was brought up.
Who brought it up?
WikiLeaks for one.
Ugh.
I think
Where in the
obviously Alex
WikiLeaks?
Jones-
What's the paragraph?
Jones is
What's the
always on that.
website? Give me the paragraph, the website. Who's covered it? What news station? What InfoWars? Somebody, anything.
Well, I just said Alex Jones with his InfoWars, WikiLeaks, for example, Breitbart. You have Zero Hedge. You had Drudge before they fucking decided to go stupid. You had a lot of these what you would call alternative media sources that were discussing this. Even to a certain extent, Russia Today, RT, and whatever the Iranian one is.
I would definitely cite RT. RT always seems to have really good coverage.
I like the fact that they're not the typical propaganda. They're not North American propaganda, and you get exposed to different opinions.
Don't you keep waiting for I keep waiting for what's their angle, because they are owned by Russia, and
their angle is very clear. It's like if it's anything critical of Russia, they're going to make them look like saints. But if it's critical of America, they're willing to actually dig deep and do journalism. They're just again, it's the same thing. Like American media is more than willing to try to dig deep on Russia, but if it's examining themselves, they'll make themselves look like fucking Boy Scouts.
But what's weird is, like, I watch them and I don't even see them being that crazy about Russia and stuff, and I'm like, I'm surprised they don't take more of a
criticism of Putin. And again, I'm not.
Yeah, but you're right. But sometimes it takes an outsider who sucks like that to expose your in-house deal, because they don't really have. They're kind of, it's almost like they're laughing at all the chaos, but they're showing it to you, and nobody else is really. They're really doing a good job on RT, but yeah, we got to be careful of their manipulation too. But internationally, I would say. But like you said, in-house, yeah, they got the deal. They were the ones even that were like, oh, that Trump peed on Russian women and all these. They were like, that's so ridiculous. It's already, and they proved how it was wrong like several times. And then basically the news outlets here, nobody covered it. I mean, Fox said it was silly, and CNN said it happened, and then RT showed you how it didn't, and then CNN never said, "Oh, sorry, we actually didn't have proof. We just said that." And Fox laughed at it, and that was about it. But RT covered it really well. If anybody heard it,
yeah, I'll give them that. I mean, at least you get stories that they cover there that you won't see in America. And you know what? Another thing is that why did it take a UK magazine fucking website to show the video of George Floyd? Why did it take them to fucking somehow get somebody on the inside to film this on a cell phone to reveal it when they had it from the very beginning and they chose not to do it? Like, why does it take like foreign newspapers to reveal shit that happens in your own fucking country. The same thing happens in Canada.
How about Australia? Australia's been blowing the lid off a ton of stuff. They were the ones who really started churning the Epstein Island shit too.
Yeah, they do Australia. That model is where we're headed next. What they're doing to those poor people.
Yeah, look at what they did.
New Zealand.
Some girl who wasn't wearing a mask, and they literally just they body slammed her onto the ground.
You can't go 3 miles from your home over there.
Yep, they've got masks.
One person has to leave the house to go get food and whatnot. So if you've got only one license in your family, you're fucked.
New Zealand's New Zealand's on a 72-hour lockdown. There's 4 cases.
Well, what scares me the most, I mean, I know a lot of people over there. What scares me is that's where we're heading. That's our country's looking at that, and they're trying to put us there.
Well, but I don't think we're heading there at all. I think we're the complete opposite of them.
Hold on. What about the fact that Trump?
I hope not.
Well, Trump did basically say that he would be willing to fast track the imposition of mass vaccinations through the use of military. So
Jesus Christ! So they'll be coming to your homes just like over there, making sure you're doing what you're told.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you don't fucking eat. You don't get to go do nothing.
Yeah.
Then.
They're not shooting shit in my arm. They can fuck themselves.
No, exactly. Nobody again in America, there's more guns than there are blades of grass. So
if they're so
smart to do that.
If they're so confident in this vaccine and making people immune to the fucking thing, then it should be our fucking choice. Because again, it's the government's responsibility to protect us from each other, not ourselves.
And what do you think about Fauci and Bill Gates? Whatever. Everybody.
Oh, you
involved,
mispronounced it. You mispronounced
I don't give a shit. He's a piece of shit. He should be dead. But the fact that all these people are there's no liability. If we get sick, if we get hurt from these,
by the way,
all,
slipped into the law is that with the coming vaccines for the coronavirus, that all pharmaceutical companies are basically off the hook, and they're not even involved.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're all off the hook. Everybody involved in the goddamn thing.
They're not,
it's ridiculous.
Again, what people need to understand is that because of something that was run in the 80s and 90s, I believe it was Reagan that pushed it, but there's now what's called vaccine injury courts. So instead of actually going to an actual court and holding these people accountable where the law will hold onto them for future, it's basically a settlement court. So yeah, your kid gets a vaccine, it kills them, and you got to settle in a court where nobody accepts responsibility for the fact that they've got a drug on the market that's literally killing thousands of people a year. And because of the system, the government, the legal system is set up in such a way as to protect this company, you're never going to see actual charges against either individuals that knew that it was fucking poisonous or the organization that, is forced to stop selling it. And what we're seeing now with the fucking COVID shit is that they've basically indemnified the vaccine companies, the pharmaceuticals, basically saying, well, this is such a big emergency that we're just going to rush through the fucking development.
Yeah.
Hey, if your vaccine fucks up and you kill 100,000 people,
that's what they're going to do.
Well, they can't even sue you like the normal vaccine.
20% of people get hospitalized after getting this fucking test vaccine.
Aren't you? I'm worried about the more realistic thing. Do you know what the more realistic thing is? Not that everybody gets inoculated and then in 6 months they die, or in a next day somebody get. What I'm worried about is in 10 years or in 15 years when your kid who's 28 gets kidney cancer. And then there's this massive amount of kidney cancers or whatever cancers everywhere, and they start calling you the COVID kids or whatever, and we find out that the drug or whatever it was did some kind of thing to you, and we didn't even know about it for years. And everybody that got inoculated was 30% higher rate, and all these. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of thing that you got to be worried about, because you have no test results over a certain span of time. It's really going to be hard to figure this out. So
whether it's long term or short term, this vaccine, if they force people to take it, is going to kill millions of people. Because what it's going to do, and we've all said it, the thing mutates. So just like the flu bug, the flu vaccine, you're going to be giving someone a shot of a different version of COVID and then get everyone fucking sick for no reason.
That's not the problem, though. This is deeper than that. This is
It's deeper than that, but
this
just
is
on
going
the
to
surface.
Hold on.
this is going to change your molecular structure of your DNA.
You raised a good point just for the fact that now, with the more vaccines, what happens? Well, more people have COVID. So therefore, the budgetary increases occur.
Yeah.
It all comes together very smartly. Like these people that run the vaccine companies, pharmaceutical companies, they're very intelligent how they get their funding.
God knows where all this stuff is. I mean, the stuff that's going to be exposed or could be exposed. I mean, dude, this is so dangerous.
Hydroxychloroquine has been used successfully to treat cancer.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they don't like it because Trump endorsed it.
Yeah, and that's so fucking ridiculous.
He takes it in a way
That's a
that
bingo.
it's the way that Trump takes it that's like where it's effective, right? You take it, I forget what the term is, but it's some way that they're taking it. Like nurses and doctors take it.
2 tablets a day. You also take some zinc. You take some Z-Pack and some vitamin C. And
Yeah.
You could just shove any of it up someone's ass. That'd be really cool.
it's all fucking.
They've been silencing the Z-Pack thing. It's that's another major thing. It's like,
Dude, I'm telling you.
Sunlight.
And if you don't have that, yeah, sunlight is great with the vitamin D. If you don't have this stuff, vitamin D and zinc and vitamin C, just you got to be nailing that every day.
Your body won't absorb vitamin C properly if you're not getting the proper vitamin D.
Right.
it all comes together.
But Dave, also I forgot about it too. It's vitamin B12. You got to get that in you too, because that also helps you absorb it.
That's important.
Go ahead.
But the main things, the main treatments that have been proven to eliminate coronavirus entirely are all those 4 that I just said. Just the 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And there's methods, and you know what?
It's all basically generic drugs that literally cost 70 cents per fucking pill.
It'll cost $70 per.
Do you know that a lot of do you know why the death tolls are going down in America? Because the hospitals at first were adhering to what everybody was saying. And then basically what happened was the hospitals went rogue onto their own deal, where the doctors, the smart, regular, obviously smart doctors in these hospitals said, you know what, fuck, I know they say that, try this, it's got to be. And then they realize, oh, the thing that works are these things, which is not anything that the media is talking about. They're all talking about how hydroxychloroquine doesn't really work or it does work. And the doctors in the hospitals actually know what's working, but nobody else seems to talk about it. But they figured it out.
They increased the numbers. They inflated the numbers of infections and deaths too. So I mean, and it's been proven. Even here in Ontario, like they actually said, yeah, we decided to play on the safe side. So for the purpose of actual projections of the infection rate, we just decided to increase the number that we were seeing by 50%. Just so that we could figure out whether or not our health system could handle that sort of strain. So what they're basically admitting with this statement was like, yeah, there wasn't enough deaths for us to really know what was going on, but we wanted to see whether or not we were prepared for like a really bad pandemic.
Yeah.
So we just added like literally 50% plus on top of that number just to give us an idea. So all these deaths that they're reporting in certain areas, are fucking fake. There's certain other areas where they're literally concentrating old people, like in New York, and then exposing them to people that have COVID, and that's where you're seeing massive deaths in New York, where they're basically, fucking Cuomo there is literally fucking sending all these old people to die, which actually ties in specifically towards the fact that it got so expensive for New York State to support the pension plan that they put together for old people, that it just makes perfect sense that they just want to off as many as possible.
Right.
Sorry, it's just logical. I would do that too if I was that evil and that fucking, committed to fucking depopulation.
There's your boy Isaac Rojas, Dave.
Isaac
Rojas.
Oh, the Mexican.
Rojas.
There he is, man. You missed him?
Yeah. He used to do the fucking things for you guys. He called, it's like next to the food.
He used to do the backgrounds. He's putting on a big wrestling show Sunday in New Jersey. Who's coming out Sunday? It's a big party.
Are you going there?
Yeah.
Nice.
What? You won't even eat a pizza from Domino's without putting it in that fucking oven. You're gonna go to this thing?
I'm gonna have to put my space helmet on.
Dude, you gotta record with that thing. Oh my god.
Joe's got to be featured in more of these indie shows, and I'm sure that Isaac can make it happen.
I just want to see Joe go with that gas mask and go fuck with people.
Well, Dave would love it. It's called No Justice, No Peace, and it's gonna be great. Dave, you'd be great there. There's gonna be a lot of people that wouldn't agree with you there. He'd love it.
Yeah, I guess that means that there wouldn't be a noose in a match. Ring match, huh?
Yeah, they're messing with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I'm pissed off, bro. I am angry about that.
Also, why is it a drama now? I thought
because the black people are gonna get shot in this one.
What?
But isn't Fresh Prince of Bel-Air supposed to be jovial and fun, and
it's supposed to be goofy with the butler,
and
but
making
just
his uptight family sort of like just be a little cool.
But you know how it is now. Everything has this outlook, this dark outlook. What's the word though? Maybe Dave knows. It's a
dark outlook. Okay.
Sort of this like the 80s did this a lot. The 80s did this throughout the entire 80s. And then the 90s went the opposite way, I felt like. And then we've been fine for years. But there's dystopian look on.
Okay, that's a great word.
Does that mean that the butler is going to be like a hitman or something?
Yeah, exactly. Like or the butler's hooked on crack is what it would be. So
and Uncle Phil is basically a corrupt judge.
Yup, and there's a white guy at school that's racist. And he like wants to kill you or beat you up for some reason or something.
Carlton's even more gangster than fucking Will.
No. Carlton is gay, but he gets beaten up and bullied, and he's gay. And it's like really sad. And he gets like bloodied in the first episode, and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air guy has to, stand up for him or whatever, and like show him how to play basketball.
In a weird way, I like. I'm imagining it's going to be very driven by like agenda, but I without that, let's say it's not. I like the idea of changing it to a drama instead of the same local comedy shit.
To be honest, Joe's mind is twisted enough to actually work in Hollywood. So.
Oh.
Hey, well, we would all work there, but we would talk shit about everybody there.
No, I wouldn't work there, but I'd definitely send.
I'd take their money, but I'd send them like a sinking ship. I would make them sink. You bastards.
Billy,
up to a house about 7.
they got you out there?
All right, Billy, let's see what you got. Well,
We ain't got shit.
welcome to Bel Air Academy.
How's everything going at Bel Air?
It's not too bad out here.
I just made the team.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh my god, this already sounds terrible.
Everybody got Nikes.
I'm so glad you're here. I need to take you shopping. Rodeo Drive. Oh my gosh.
I was summoned by God to be the greatest. They say my birth is a curse, I still made it. I stood out in the field when it was raining. 10 toes down in it, youngin' came up strong.
Was that Carlton or was that him? The guy with the sweater.
Terrible. I revoke everything I said about wanting it to be a drama. This is all terrible. Don't fucking do it, please.
I told you, man. It's the OC. Think Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but drama and like the OC or something, or Orange County or whatever.
Let Chris Sutter do this or somebody. Like,
Daddy never came home, mama in the pen. So his relative got him for the devil did. The streets ain't safe, just playing in.
See how like, oh my god, dude, it's just like everything now. Everything we loved, like Star Trek, where it was about hopeful future and all that stuff. Anything hopeful has been spun around into negative, dark, and depressing. Everything.
Yeah,
because they want you to be depressed. They want you to be beaten down, broken, sad, and depressed. So when they come for you to dominate you, you're like any bit of crumbs. You're like, oh, please give me the crumbs. That's what it is.
It's true, though. It is true. It's totally true, man. Like,
Yeah.
they literally are trying to break people psychologically. And it's a big thing with this the mask wearing. Even, people will ignore that or fucking argue that. Fuck you. But even if you want to break it down even further, look what they're torturing.
It's a fan-made
kids
trailer.
with now. Look what they're torturing kids with now. And I'm so happy that you're not going to fucking deal with this shit. But there's some places in schools where they literally have like little plastic pods for the kids to
Yeah, I
stay.
know. Yeah, they may have them. I mean, in mine too. But it's
we should all pray to the plexiglass because that's going to protect.
Listen.
everyone.
I commented on that the other day. I know that it's depressing and it's sad. It is necessary to do things and it sucks. It's horrible. It's horrible.
That's necessary in detail. What is necessary?
It's the old people. You keep the old people quarantined.
Actually,
the kids are going to bring it home to everybody.
Well, no, I saw something today.
Guess what? They're going to develop the antibodies necessary, so even if they do bring it home, it's not transmittable. And on top of that, a healthy adult, again, a parent, will not have this problem either because they'll also develop antibodies. It's people with weak immune systems that are susceptible to this.
Yeah,
either old people or really young infants with a susceptible immune system. Kids are made to fucking have chicken pox and then fucking bounce back the next day.
Yeah, it's. I was gonna say it's almost like chicken pox. Like, here, go get COVID, everybody.
I don't know how accurate this is, but Dave, have you or Joe have? Well, Dave, have you seen the study recently? Where, I've seen it a few places. I don't know if true or false, whatever. That says kids' brains are being affected a little harsher through the COVID or whatever. I doubt it, but. It's like aiming at kids.
Well, there's some things that we may not know.
The numbers don't show that at all. The numbers basically show that the most susceptible are basically from age, 69 to 80 something.
Yeah, but I mean, let's assume some of the numbers are somewhat accurate. Fucking, isn't it hitting more? I know fucking people that are not much older than me. They're fucking fighting for their life right now. I know one person. I was just with her, and she's got it now.
What kind of immune system did she have?
Exactly.
One that smokes, pack a day.
Yeah.
That's
there's other underlying features that would affect this because, in fact, if you look at the records, it seems to be that smokers are actually active smokers are less susceptible to COVID than people who don't smoke or who quit smoking.
I'm a smoky asshole.
Well, actually, to feed Dave's point, but her son, he's very young. He's got to be about 6 or something. He has been with her night and day. He hasn't gotten it.
Well,
she
shit bomb.
It's interesting.
Random thought, but either or we are fucked. If we were to get into World War III with these guys, Korea is gonna bomb our ass. That will devastate the entire city of New York. We are fucked.
Wait,
fucked.
World War III with who?
Kamala needs to handled by her slave owner
Kimchi. Oh God, Pussy Lips McGee. Thank you, Pussy Lips McGee.
Oh my God! Did you guys hear the way it said that? It goes, "We are fucked."
We are fucked. It was it was really angry about it. It was very certain.
Was really upset.
We are fucked. But who? I don't know who we're going to war with. I didn't get that part, but maybe I missed it, or maybe I don't understand. Your mom's buttery anus coming in. Give me the COVID.
Joe, I wanna know if you can feel my pain. This is totally first world problems, but I just spent 30 damn minutes trying to drop my weed into this pre-roll joint type thing, and it is annoying as fuck. I think it will be worth it to have a fun show, bro.
Yeah, I think if you get that done, I think you'll have a good time.
I would suggest having a pipe on hand at all times in case you get into these frustrating situations where at least you can smoke a little bowl, calm yourself down, and focus on rolling that joint.
Yeah.
Also,
whoa. Oh my God.
Kamala's means horrible in Finnish, look it up.
Really? Gerald Armstrong, thanks for the $10.
Very interesting. Also, coffee grinder, perfect for grinding up your weed. Makes it nice and evenly cut. And, if you have difficulty rolling with small papers, there are larger ones. You can get ones that are really big and, might help you out.
I've been so bad with cutting weed that I just have it pre-rolled because I'm just so bad with it. I get a headache every time.
Well, here's another thing I recommend is that if you ever have cigarettes or tobacco, just, grab some papers, rolling papers, and break up a cigarette and just practice making a joint. And then when it fucks up or it looks bad, you break it up, you just do it again and do it again and do it again until you start to get into it.
It's not a bad idea.
I end up doing it.
Yeah, I gotta try more. I've probably only attempted rolling anything 30 times, so no wonder I suck. Every time I ever got anything, it was my buddy. He would just roll the crap out of it. He would have rolls going everywhere. So he'd just be like, "What do you want?" And he'd be like, "Boom, boom, boom," just hand them to me. And that was like 20, 15 years. I don't smoke a lot, but I mean, you know what I mean? But he would always have them rolled already. And it was like, I guess I never knew what I had until, he became locked in the house and an alcoholic, and we don't see him anymore. But
did you ever have friends that would roll up special looking joints and stuff that were...
Yes, like a T or something like that.
Yeah,
like a cross. Like, look at this one. This one's a smoke a pee-pee or whatever. And I'd be like, ugh. Your mom's buttery.
Not trying to be a dick. Actually, I'm trying to be a dick, but Drew, you spit out so much right-wing propaganda when you talk politics, it ain't even funny. Go do some research and maybe read a book. Oh wait, none of y'all did your homework in school. Low expectation.
Good God.
Okay.
That's kind of funny. You're telling
Drew,
me...
response?
You're telling
I don't
me
need to
the true
respond.
librarian?
He's hiding behind a fake donation name and just had nothing specific to say other than insults. So he
Well, he was
fucking
right
ruined
about the
himself.
homework part, I'm guessing.
That's
for
what
most
you
of us.
get. That's what you get.
No.
You know what? You COVID-smelling nerf.
We have a new member of the JCS Army.
Stone Cold.
Wow.
Jesse, that guy said that we all should read a book, and come on, I am the.
He said read a book. I'm sorry, I missed that part.
I'm the damn librarian. John Stellar.
I'm the damn librarian.
Dave has like one of those, he has these massive bookcases where it goes into another room, and it's like a vault.
Yeah.
With like
Damn right I do.
ancient fucking shit going on.
I would have
Orgies,
the imagine if if I was a wrestler, I'd have Dave as my my librarian. He'd come down the ring with me. He'd be like, "Let me look up paragraph 7," and
Oh my god, like the genius.
Yeah, exactly, kind of like that.
Lonnie Poffo. Oh my god.
And he would hit.
I love that character.
He would hit the guy in the head with a giant book.
You're damn right I would.
You weren't just hit with any book, Carlos. This is the memoir of Socrates, one of the largest, thickest books ever published. It was only published 2 times, and the original weighs the most. And that's the one you got hit with across that cracked out cranium of yours by my librarian, who knows how to use the physical body more than anybody else because he's read chapters 1, 2, and 3 of ninjutsu for a white guy. No, I don't know. It would just be wild, dude.
Coming next month.
Oh God.
Busy going, he's too busy going, busy going,
I hope someone drove by him when he did this.
Popular votes don't mean shit. These politicians play politics, pub intended.
Right. I mean, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing when they're campaigning in certain areas and where to go. They know what they're doing. They know that they're going to...
What I don't understand is how come so many people don't understand that that's how it goes.
Like, because they didn't read a book.
Well,
because they trust authority. I didn't have to... I don't know shit about politics, but I know that the popular vote doesn't mean shit.
But Jesse, you got to understand that, and you see this with everything else, is that there's certain people that trust authority, and without question.
That's true.
So whether it be cops, like, again... Cops have to be questioned because there's a lot of corruption that goes on there, and the extended duty of care that they are provided isn't always reflective with the way that they respond, because sometimes it's just an egregious overreaction of power and you see the way that they protect each other, that needs to be fucking regulated. But there's also aspects in other parts of society where they need to be called out too, like term limits, like career politicians. To me, when I hear that, I just hear criminal, because there should be nobody that goes into politics for a career, and if they were truly true to themselves and what they state that they believe, they would only accept, like, you know, say a 4-year limit or something, and say, look, yeah, great, you know, I know you people love me, you know, I'd love to continue, but we got to be fair. Like, I did my fucking term, and it's not fair that I continue, because then I could have influence on things that would, you know, further, you know, enable fucking tyranny.
Would you, Dave, would you vote for me and my daughter?
Oh, she's the VP?
To do what?
There you guys.
Now, we were trying to do our best impression of Tommy's mother, but no. This is not face apt. This is not altered. This is not fat face app or whatever. This is legitimately. I was sent this photo from her, and I sent her this one back.
She's gonna be doing shows with you in like 7 years.
Yeah, well, now. So, I mean, we look like the hills have eyes. Or whatever.
Actually, Joe, you look like a toe.
Yeah, I look like Toe Rogan right here.
Toe Rogan. Toe Cronin.
Yeah, Toe Cronin here. I am a small man. You know, I am a tiny man.
But Dave, you're absolutely right about the term limits and career politicians and that it's at the point now where they're constantly just trying to get each other removed from office and exposed and everything. Could you imagine getting hired for a new company, and the second you walk in, everyone tells you you're fucked. We're going to find a way to get you removed from your job. That's basically what politics is right now. They don't even care about you. They're worried. I know they really don't care about you, Dave. You're in Canada, but they don't care about the American people. They care about their own agenda and their own advancement in their own political forum. And to the point of the donator there, I've said that many times on this show. So take your selective hearing and shove it up your ass.
There you go.
Yeah.
Actually, when Dave, the way he put everything a few minutes ago, it made me realize exactly why Jesse Ventura is not even going to bother. Mm-hmm. He's just like, I'm not getting in the mix.
Why would I want to run? Why would I want to serve a country that's this retarded? You wouldn't. I'd rather smoke a cigar in Mexico with my wife and drink a cerveza, and eventually the American people will figure it out. But I won't be here to see it, so it doesn't bother me. That's what Jesse something is probably got to be.
Probably say something like that.
I'll write a book instead and then say I told you so.
No, because I honestly, when Dave brought that up, I thought that's something I think I've even heard Jesse Ventura say, where he doesn't believe that, like, the term limits. Like, he believes. I think I think he's spoken about that.
There
before.
should be term limits. These people shouldn't be allowed to be in government for 30 years. What kind of disgusting, corrupt system is that?
Even people like Ron Paul have gone forward and said, look, we need term limits and stuff. And, you know, even though he's in that position where he's been in there for a long time, he's trying to vote for his own job to be eliminated. And everyone else doesn't want that. It's so telling, but yet so pathetic.
I actually think Trump is our best bet at possibly, like, I thought it was going to happen by now. But I think if he has another term, by the next time this shit comes around, I don't think it's going to be like it ever was before. I could see a term happening at some point.
Wins this, and the whole fucking spectrum changes.
Wait a minute. The whole spectrum changes? You tell me that Tommy's not going to be autistic anymore?
He's going to be genius.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It was a bad joke. It was a bad joke. What if the turkeys hate us? What if they played us? What if they killed us? Let's look at Jesse. Jesse, do some cocaine or mushrooms or whatever it is you do. What if the turkeys ate us? What if they laid us? We're gonna have chickens in my backyard soon. If they had to hate us, Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead of the turkeys ate us, they gobbled us apart. But first they'd eat our nuts, and then they'd eat our butts. The turkeys ate us. What if so long? Not one turkey donation on Monetize This. And now, Luis Antonio Alejandro. $29 from Luis Antonio Alejandro. What if the turkeys ate us instead of mashed potatoes?
Dildo acid. Dildo acid. Dildo acid.
I have this feeling that Kamala Harris will become president of the United States after Joe Biden declares that he is not medically capable of being the true president.
Absolutely.
Donald Trump is not my president.
First of all, Wetback, he is your president, unless you're an illegal, which means you don't belong, so therefore he's not your president. And second of all, where are you getting this idea that she will become president?
They're going to kill, I'm telling you.
That Biden's going to win in the
He's going to get Parkinson's. I mean, park the car.
If Biden gets president, he's dropping dead in a year, or he's going to be relieved, like you said. I'm telling you, that is going to happen. I guarantee it.
You know, let me be honest. The Dems have a better chance right now that they actually make it look like Biden died and put in somebody else into that position than if they let this guy continue on.
They're going to weekend.
That's actually a great point.
Can you imagine weekend at Bernie's Biden?
Here's the thing. I'm thinking at this point that they could pull a Hillary on him, a Clinton side.
What, kill a bunch of children?
Yeah,
no,
on his corpse.
Make him die with, by suicide with 2 shots to the back of the head. Clinton can announce to be president with Kamala as her fucking running mate, and nobody would blink an eye in the media or fucking politics and stuff.
Wait.
I could totally see that fucking happening.
You can't have 2 females. They're both, one of them's a guy, but you can't.
Orange man bad. So of course they're gonna put anything they want. Again, look, they put a pedophile with fucking dementia on the fucking ticket. It doesn't matter. They could put a fucking a hyena there painted up with fucking makeup. It doesn't matter no more. Okay, it's a joke. It's all a fucking joke.
And it's pretty delicious to me.
Hakuna Matata.
Hey, what kind of slur is that? The hell are you saying? Saying
I'm
that on
some
my
kind
show.
of Lion King gibberish.
Look, tomorrow's Superstar Tuesday, and I want to thank you all. I tell you what, we hold these truths to be self-evident. Head, aren't I? We hold these.
You gotta go back to that part. That part's too good.
Look, tomorrow's Superstar Tuesday, and I Superstar Tuesday, and I want to thank you all.
What's the clock saying, sir?
Tomorrow's
Even
super.
the people holding the signs behind him are laughing at him.
Yeah, I mean, we were making fun of Trump for like Yosemite and Thailand or whatever, but it's like, this is beyond that. Like, this is.
Look, tomorrow's Superstar Tuesday, and I want to thank you all.
The guy behind him, it's funny.
Look at the tall nerd behind him. He hasn't moved a muscle.
Wow, that guy's wide-eyed, like he just took some rat speed or something.
I bet you in 7 years this guy shoots up a library. I'm just saying. I'm just guessing. I don't know if that.
I tell you what, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I?
What? Oh, I'm rushing ahead. He's Russian. I'll tell you what. I'm a Russian.
It's subliminal.
Listen to that.
Well, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I?
I'm a Russian head. He's a Russian head. He's head of a Russian spy agency.
You gotta read into these things, man.
This is
Well, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I?
Oh my God.
The ancient aliens fucking had.
He's saying I'm rushing ahead, aren't I? Because he can't figure out what the teleprompter is anymore.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by
This is a great line. That's a great line.
Go, you know the thing. Women created by the go. You know the thing. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the go. You know the thing.
No, you have to if you rewind a few seconds earlier, he tries to recite, I think, the Pledge of the Allegiance. He says a few
Before
lines.
that?
He's like, you know the thing.
Well, that's what we just played, right?
That was the
Started on,
the proclamation.
Oh,
or some
you
shit.
no, yeah. He was just doing that. That's what we were listening to, and it's not the Pledge of
You gotta
Allegiance.
say though, that was a quick fucking turnaround for a guy with Alzheimer's to be like, I'm fucking it up. Oh, you know the thing.
Yeah, it's not the Pledge of Allegiance. It's the Declaration of Independence, but he couldn't quite get that
I mean,
right
if you
either.
actually just
It's
goes,
early.
then
It's
you're
early
fucked.
onset, Jesse. Early onset. It'll get worse over
Oh,
time.
it totally gets fucking Parkinson's and can't fucking hold a pen.
It's Joe Biden. I'd like to help you out, you dumb fucking idiot. We hold these truths to be self-evident, and
I think
that all
you're
men
right.
and
Who
women
said
are.
that he's going to die soon. Because I think you're right. I think he was just there to get a woman behind him so that she can be in front of him, and she, pisses on his corpse and be like,
I
now
think
we're doing
I
this.
think why he got in trouble was because he had trouble with the creator part, and he started thinking religion, and then he started thinking, oh, liberals don't like religion, and then he bailed on it because you know what I mean. Then he was like, well, the thing, we hold these
the guy
truths.
fat once. He's like, listen, fat. I don't agree with what you're
Yeah,
saying.
listen,
I don't like
fat.
that. But he called him fat. He's like, listen, fat.
Oh man, Biden hates his own voters.
Oh,
He
don't
needs
you
someone
remember
like
that time-
Oprah.
don't you remember that time he was in a factory where he was like arguing with one of the workers there?
Yes.
Who asked him like legit questions, and then he was like saying something like, "Oh, well, nobody needs like an AR-1650 semi-fully automatic." Like he had no idea what he was talking about when it came to firearms.
Listen to this.
I'm beginning to see why your wife left you.
Oh man, I mean,
This is gonna be. Do you think 2016 was a clusterfuck? This is gonna be brilliant.
I mean,
yeah, that's the one. That's the
Yeah,
one
if he-
redeeming thing out of this is the hate ads, the debates, the everything is just going to be uber entertaining.
Yeah, it'd be
how's he
great
gonna
if he
sniff
showed
people
up
off
to the
screen?
debates. He's not going to
In the
show up
chat
to the
saying, "Oh,
debates.
Trump's not going to accept the win, just like fucking the Democrats haven't accepted the win for the last 4 years. Like these people are fucking delusional. And guess what? When the second term, when Trump wins, it's open game on you fucks. It's open game.
Oh, what does that
Judge
mean?
Judy
What
should
the
run.
hell does that mean?
Disappeared.
No, we're live. I'm beginning to see why your wife left you.
Dude.
Here's the thing, he didn't know at the time that it was trolling. It'd be like someone would be like, oh, I get what.
Hey, Steven Crowder's the only one that has this video up. I couldn't find it anywhere else.
I'm looking for a primary.
We're happy to get a number. We can follow up.
That's what I'm looking for, okay?
We just finished finding it.
You believe that Bernie can do something by 2030?
I'm actually supporting Tom Steyer.
He's
Have
getting
you
in.
seen how this guy kisses his granddaughter?
I don't want to fucking know. He probably kisses her cunt.
Oh,
General.
he's like almost ready to fight this guy.
Primary.
We're happy to get a number. We can follow up.
That's what I'm looking for, okay?
We just finished finding it.
You believe that Bernie can do something by 2030?
I'm actually supporting Tom Steyer. Joe Biden. Here you go.
Over those 8 years, there were 3 million people that were deported and separated from their families. We had this classification of families. You should vote for Trump. Families, you should vote for Trump.
Oh wow!
Someone clip that and put that in a couple ads.
You should vote for Trump. And if
This
you're
guy
not
had the
black,
first-
vote.
he had a first-class thing to Epstein Island.
It's like it's almost like he doesn't want to be there or something. Like because he's like, oh, you're opposing me. Like, oh, you should just vote for Trump. Or if you're not black, if you're black and you don't vote, you got to vote for me if you're black. You ain't black if you don't vote for me. He has no.
Wow.
He doesn't even speak to people like, well, here's
What
why I
did he
think
say
you're wrong.
recently? He said something recently. It literally was like 2 days ago or something. I can't remember what it was, and Trump called him out for it. Where he said something about like race, where it was like a blanket statement. Oh no, what was it like? Yeah, how there's that you talked about it, Joe. Sorry, the diversity that like Hispanics very diverse, but blacks, oh no, with some exceptions. Most black people all think the same. Blah blah blah.
Wow.
You didn't hear that, Jesse?
Yeah.
No, but if you're even paraphrasing correctly, that's crazy.
Oh no.
Would you say,
Yeah,
Joe,
he
that I'm
said it.
paraphrasing correctly?
Yeah, I played it the other day. He basically said like, well, blacks are all the same, but Hispanics are very diverse. Like they're different. And it was like, what?
No, but also the best part was he said with some exceptions. So in reference to blacks, he's like, they're all the same with some exceptions. But the Latinos, they're super diverse.
Would you like to see it? I got it right here for you.
They can build a whole house in 3 minutes.
You're gonna love it.
And yet black people will still vote for this guy. Black people will still vote for this guy.
But
that's insane.
They don't have YouTube. They don't know what's up.
It reflects the full diversity of our nation and the full diversity of Latino communities. Now, when I mean full diversity, unlike the African American community and many other communities, you're from everywhere. From Europe, from the tip of South America, all the way to our border in Mexico and
the whole damn
the
galaxy.
Caribbean.
The president has a long history of racially charged and divisive.
That's not even. That's not the clip. They didn't play the clip.
That isn't the clip.
Dude, he didn't even say anything bad there, but just listening to him talk, I go, this is the guy you want. This fucking guy.
About different
really?
things.
Oh, here it is.
Maybe they're self-imploding.
Latino community, American community with no. What you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African American community with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things.
Well, that's what you get with the watered down release, right?
The Latino community, most people don't know.
And guess what, guys?
We didn't know.
Guess what? You know what? Poor kids can be just as bright as white kids.
Yeah, did you know poor kids can be as bright as white kids?
You got Latinos walking around with a Walkman because they can't afford an iPod. I mean, what are you going to do?
This guy actually grew up believing that like black people were inferior to white people.
Did you see his comments about his the fact that he didn't want like segregation? This was in the 90s.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I don't want my kids growing up in a jungle.
He's a flip flopper like that bitch that's vice president for him. Like
he didn't want his kids growing up in a jungle.
Racial jungle.
Racial jungle.
My God.
That clip is hilarious. Pull that up, black people.
No.
But Trump's the racist.
I know that you don't want me to say the word. It does warrant me to say the word, but okay, I'll respect you. But the fact is, in the 90s, he was literally recorded in the Senate basically saying, we don't want another N mayor.
Oh my God. He said that?
You didn't hear that? Oh my God. This guy is
that on video?
Giving.
Is that on video?
Yes, it's in this fucking Senate on the fucking floor, dude.
Wow. I mean, what the fuck, dude? I think Joe Biden
on the floor.
Where is it on video? On YouTube?
Yeah, well, yeah, I saw it on YouTube. But
well, listen, I mean, like, Obama picked him, but it's like, it's just
really black.
It's just the idea that there's so much wow, Trump is this evil thing, but like, you don't think Biden's like, how are you not looking at what this guy says?
Yeah,
like the African American community with notable exceptions.
I agree, Drew.
The Latino community is an incredibly diverse community.
I love this one.
Unlike the African American community with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community.
Surprised we can see the teleprompter.
Where is the third party in all this? Usually, you like back in the day, you had Ross Perot sticking his nose in 2 years before the fucking election.
Now you got Kanye West.
Out of all the years in the past, where is that guy going?
Kanye,
hey, look at me.
Kanye,
I'm not a nutbag.
Kanye, he's kind of a nutbag though. But Kanye.
Well, Gorilla Strong said something earlier. Nobody brought it up. He said, "Isn't Kanye was in some kind of trouble for his fucking?"
Yeah, he's in trouble for
dropped out.
Yeah,
but there was some kind of like a conspiracy. I don't know. What
he said. I'll tell you what it is right now. He made the mistake of saying that I'm gonna take votes away from Biden. He said that, so that counts as like election tampering or something like that.
Okay, gotcha.
I think I found the clip. I don't know how to send it to you, Joe.
God. Tell me the title of it. I'll find it on YouTube.
How? What?
What's the title of it?
I just put in.
Oh, I'll find it.
I put in Biden.
Oh, here.
Biden hiding the Jews.
Mayor. The second video is in 1985, hearing Joe Biden says N-word out loud twice. That's one of them.
Jesus.
Huh.
Yeah. There's another one. Yeah, there we go. We already have an mayor. We don't need another big shots.
Oh yeah.
Clearly.
Are you serious, dude? He said this in the 90s.
Yeah,
dude, play this shit. It's got to be great.
I got to tell you something right now. Let me tell you something. I don't care how different people change. My parents, my father and my mother, never ever said that word in front. I didn't even know what that word was. Like, this guy's on this in like the government saying this in the 90s.
Well,
That's
yeah, but
crazy.
in Boston, don't you guys say like darkies over there or something?
Yeah, when I got older, but I grew up in New Hampshire. But when I moved to Massachusetts and I lived in Southie for a little while, yeah, people would drop the N-bombs. But I'm saying my parents didn't though. My parents weren't, my parents were good.
Indicates that there was intent.
My mother's boyfriend was not good. He did.
Yes. The court found the plan with unerring precision slices through the city's traditional sub.
Now, is he going to say it or read it?
No, he's going to say it. It's 2 times in this video. It's only
he aged a lot. That old fag.
Okay, I thought if he was reading someone else's words, then that's different.
He's going to speak his
the
own
ward
mind.
in a racially selective manner, leaving intact predominantly white wards while carving up those densely populated by blacks. As of the governor, the court concludes, quote, the governor's opposition to the Nunes plan was predicated in significant part on his delineation of a majority black district centered in Orleans Parish. In a confidential portions of your staff memo, they brought to your attention the allegation that important legislators in defeating the Nunes plan in the basement said, quote, we already have a nigger mayor and we don't need any more nigger big shots.
Oh,
and
wait a minute. He sounds like he's reading something.
He's reading
said
something.
the N-word.
Wait,
Cancel him.
But no, he's reading something though.
He probably wrote it. Cancel him. Cancel him.
Well, wait a second.
He didn't have to say it. He didn't have to say it.
Yeah. So wait a minute. No. Yeah. So he's reading something. He's reading something the mayor said. So he may oppose this, but he's reading what the mayor said for emphasis. So
yes, it doesn't sound like it's right from him. It sounds like he's reading.
Yeah. So this we
He
can't.
could have paraphrased.
He was supportive of this action. Look at all the measures that he's done.
Well,
like,
but you know what though?
No, I'm not disagreeing.
But we got no.
The clip about the racial jungle one.
No,
because
I
we
know.
already know this guy hates.
No, I agree. I do agree. I agree that he definitely is like he's kind of a racist person. I agree, but that is not a good. That's not a good example.
That
That's
wasn't the best example because of the way he read it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's reading something.
That's not the best example. I'll give you that. Okay.
I mean, I actually think the things. I think the things we were watching earlier, I think, are worse things than that because that he's just reading what the mayor.
Agree. He actually seemed lucid in the 90s.
I think what he was trying to convey there, and I don't know, we'd have to look it up, but I think what he was trying to convey there was that, like, we don't need any more of this because the mayor isn't happy and people aren't happy about this, so probably don't want to do this. And here's what the mayor said. But I don't know that context, so, like, I can't say that. He's just reading that. I've said worse than him as far as that word goes. So I'm not going to, say that.
What about Bernie Sanders? Butch monkeys, everything I've done for you. You don't
All
do
right,
nothing
Bernie.
for me.
You shut up, you Jew, you damn Jew bastard, Bernie.
So how do you
I fucking
explain?
did everything for you, you fucking asshole.
You shut up. We rigged it against you. Hillary beat you. You got beat by a stanky tuna puss.
How do you even see their votes unless they smile?
Here's where he tells, this is just
You fucking
horrible.
cunts.
Now, this is where he goes after a woman.
Well, that's the usual. He sniffs the hell out of him before he goes for him.
Hey, Kamala Harris believes all the women that said Joe Biden sexually assaulted them, and now
Not anymore. She has Alzheimer's of her own.
Now she's going to try to find out if he'll sexually assault her. In fact, that's my prediction, by the way. Everybody, mark it down. Mark it down right now. Joe Biden has to leave because of sexual allegations that are going to come out eventually.
Wow, wouldn't that be hilarious?
I'm serious.
Oh my
And then
God.
Kamala Harris takes over. I swear to God to you.
But the
assuming they win.
Ukraine.
Mark it
I
down.
would think he's got a better chance of getting arrested for committing massive embezzlement.
I hope.
Well-
I hope he fucks a puppet on Sesame Street.
In
He is
Iowa,
a puppet.
and why
He's
should the voters
fucking
believe
Sesame Street.
you can win the national election?
You ever been to a caucus?
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
Lying dog-faced pony soldier.
So she asked a question, and then he calls her a lying donkey-faced pony toucher or whatever the fuck.
A lying dog-faced pony. What was it?
Toucher.
You're a pony fucker,
He said,
ain't
I
ya?
think he said toucher. Pony toucher.
Did he?
I think he did. I don't know what that means.
Go back.
All right, let's go back. We got to hear it
I
again.
don't think he knows.
No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were.
Oh, soldier. Pony soldier.
Yeah, same thing.
There we go.
But what the
But
fuck
you're-
is a dog-faced pony soldier?
I don't know, but he called a woman that, if you can believe that or not. He called a
lying
woman that.
dog-faced pony soldier. So basically a show and pony act, like they're just a puppet. That's what he called
I
it.
want to point out that if Obama was in this environment and this happened, I don't know what he's talking about here. I don't know if that's like a rigged question, so he's upset. He thinks, oh, you're one of the people paid by the people to ask a bullshit question. We caught you. Obama would handle that as, well, you know what you're doing, and I know what you're doing, but you know the reason. That because this, and then he would like explain and then like move on. But Biden just goes on this weird attack. You know what I mean? Because
I will say, yeah, for Obama, whatever bullshit he was involved in, the man knew how to fucking speak, and that was the one thing he had.
That's why he killed it.
These fucking guys are fucking idiots.
He could only speak because of a fucking teleprompter.
That's fine, but he knew how to deliver it. I will say that for the man. He may have been.
I'm not
fucked up
taking away
all-
from that. Yeah, delivery's a different story.
could
but
He knew what he was
deliver.
doing.
prompter, he couldn't fucking put his. You would hear him.
I will.
But if he had a teleprompter, he was fucking making people think that they were, seeing the next best thing since fucking.
Yeah, it was like a macaroni and cheese thing. Like, we're gonna make you feel good, but we're fucking you.
It was
Don't
almost
worry.
like Bill and Obama went to the same school.
That's right. Like they did the same
They
fucking
went
thing.
like a hypnotic thing. Like, I like this guy.
You
this
know, I
guy-
never
Some,
did have
like,
sex with
weird
that
circle.
woman, but I did fuck a kid once.
But
They're all in some weird circle. Even Kamala Harris, just
Yeah.
like Andrew Cuomo, she's
Yeah.
got a sister who's in news correspondence.
right, and they know Jesse Smollett.
They're all in like some weird circle that no one else can seem to penetrate.
Let's get into some weird conspiracy shit. Kamala, the wrestler, just died a day ago, and now we got this shit.
Dr. Fauci's daughter works for Twitter.
Yeah. Well, somebody
Works
said
where?
that Biden saw that Kamala was trending, and he was like, "Pick her," and like that they went with
Yeah,
somebody else.
I thought it was a blackie. I didn't know. He had moon belly. I mean, I didn't know what to fucking
Reel
do.
it back there,
Thanks.
Jesse. Reel it back there,
That's funny because
he had his belly.
Take a step away from that mic there. It's sounding a little tinny. You're just really yelling
Yeah,
at me.
well, you gotta give. They don't give you oil for free in the black communities.
yo, this eagle is taking a shit on Biden's head in this video. No, listen to this. Let's see what this one's
Oh my
about.
god!
Get my shape on. Let's do push-ups together here, man. Let's do whatever you want to do.
He's always doing the push-ups. Now look at this.
I'm not going to get an argument with you, man. Well, yeah, you do.
This lady's got to sign all that.
You look fat.
Look
This is
fat.
Yeah, you do, but you look fat.
I love it.
I mean, dude, so he does
He
this.
challenges him to like a push-up match or something.
So basically,
Jesus Christ.
he's just like Trump. So like anybody that says Trump's
Just
a bully,
shut the fuck up. He's just like Trump. Are you kidding me?
he bullies people.
Trump doesn't bully people.
Oh, yeah? I got him mocking a reporter with cerebral palsy that says otherwise.
Come on, dude. Oh my god, man. Oh my god.
You don't think Trump bullies people?
You're legitimately saying he never ever bullies anybody.
I like it. I'm just saying he bullies people.
It's called bullying. I think that it's basically saying I'm exerting my dominance here, and I know.
Okay, that's a fair point. That's a great point.
So
yeah.
so Biden is
Vince McMahon,
Bullying is more for the ego. It's like I feel better because I push you around. This guy's like, no, I'm gonna push you around because I represent my country, and I'm no longer fucking taking any shit from people who want to push Americans
But
around.
you don't. So that's what. So Biden is doing the same thing here.
He's not because
But
this
Biden's
guy,
not being
this
attacked
guy's
by
a
these
Democrat.
people.
Okay, this guy's a
Biden's
Democrat.
doing it from an insecure place.
Exactly.
Right.
This guy's a Democrat who wants to vote for Biden, but he's raising important issues just like all these other people did. And again, these people are Democrats. They're just raising an issue. It's like, look, well, we had this issue happen. Like, how can you explain this? Or at least, I want to vote for you. Convince me why. And this guy's like, shut up, fatty. Like, I'll tell you why you should vote for me.
You're right.
Yes, like you could say Trump is coming from an insecure place, but when you talk about, he really comes from an over secure place. Actually, he's
No,
like,
no,
Like,
he's got.
let me tell you why you should vote for for me. You know, this is
Like,
why
he thinks he's God or
this is
whatever,
why
you
you're
know?
smart, because you would vote for me and all the benefits that you would show because you're smart. Like, he comes from the you made a great point, Jesse. Overconfidence as opposed to Biden, which is like underconfidence.
Yes.
You know, it's okay to crap
Yeah.
on Trump sometimes, Dave.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I'm going to crap on everybody.
I criticized him earlier. We can talk even further as to the fact that I can criticize tons of this shit. I mean, again, Jared Kushner should fucking not even be in his
Well, there's a lot of
administration.
people in his cabinet that
His
shouldn't.
daughter should never have been allowed in there in the first place.
Oh my God.
Figure it out.
Taking
Figure
it back.
out. Finger it out. Finger it out.
All right, this one needs to go.
What's up, you pussy white boys? Dave is a whining little bitch.
Oh.
Dave'll spray you and your family with my fire hose like how your cracker race did my ancestors, pussy bitch. And for the rest of you, fuck you ghoulish honky fucks. You are my slaves now.
Shout out to Kamala Harris for the donation.
Well, let's see how well she does as vice president.
I gotta go pee myself. Thanks taking it back for the black, you sick bastard.
Well, I wonder when and if she becomes vice president, if she'll continue to push the agenda that a majority of women are minimum wage workers.
Yeah, it's funny because it's all Marxist indoctrination trying to push this shit, and they claim that she's black, but it's just like Obama, like where he's half black. So she's like, oh, this woman's black, like she represents black people. She is definitely not full black. Okay, so stop fucking trying to culturally appropriate. Also, the straight hair, that belongs to white people too, so you can't use that. So she, definitely has to change that. You can't bleach your hair or bleach your skin. Actually, did you see that, Drew? You must have seen that. Did you see the recent surgery this woman had to her face?
I must have missed that one.
She looks like an alien, dude. Like something's wrong with her eyes. They look like, you know how like the X-Files had like those people with the black eyes, the aliens and shit, like humans, but they had like black instead of like having an iris and all that. It was just like black. Do you remember that episode?
Not specifically, no,
Okay,
but I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about like her facelift or like a real surgery?
Dude, she had like she had things done to her cheeks, her fucking eyelids.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right? She had massive work done to her. And on top of that, I don't know whether or not like
holy shit. She's an alien.
Just look it up on the are you looking it up?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay, so again, the eyes. I don't know whether or not like they just pulled off her fake human eyes or it's just like her eyes are too squinty now to see the whites. But like, just doesn't look
Has she only made one public appearance in the last 3 weeks?
Yes.
Because they're all from the same thing. I'm not
That's a
seeing
good
a photo
point.
from a different.
That's another thing people want to talk about is why these people, these so-called politicians, end up going for like massive times without seeing their constituents.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Drew needs to calm down. He needs to settle his tits.
What the hell are you talking
What
about?
the fuck are you talking about, sir?
I've barely gotten 5 words in tonight until just now. What the fuck are you talking about?
I had to bring up the word drone.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, goddamn hashtag drone.
Listen,
Motherfucker.
don't talk about my drone like that, okay? My drone, he's very appreciated. He always tells me that I can do his laundry for him. And he lets my cousins to come in to do the lawn. We do great work, His
Fuck
house
yeah.
is well kept. And, Drone always treats my family very well. Never calls ice. Very appreciated.
Never calls ice.
I want to eat out your asshole.
Can you imagine Biden comes out and goes, if you don't vote for me, you're a bunch of pedos.
No,
If
it's
you don't
a
vote for me,
shit
I'm
bomb.
throwing ice on your asses.
Joe, I sent you a 1-minute video on Twitter. Pussy McGee made me realize yes, if we were to ever get hit by something as big as a Tsar bomb in a major city, we are fucked. But I sent you the link on Twitter, Joe.
I would argue we'd be better off. Send the
Yeah,
fucking
you know what? You might be right, Drew.
By the way, a Tsar bomba, which was tested at 50 megatons, isn't the full capacity of the 100 that it should be if it was fully developed, and you're never gonna get that sort of weapon utilized.
I guess you don't need it, right, Dave? I mean, they're making us the weapon, you know?
My name is Kane and I'm donating now.
Kamala Harris got exposed by Tulsi in the debate. None of my black friends even like this cop-sucking bitch. I thought the DNC was anti-cop, yet they have a guy for president segregation and pushed crime bill VP as pros who put innocent peeps in jail.
Yeah, she's a really horrible person.
I did like
Fade
how
to black.
Tulsi did expose Kamala during those debates.
Yeah, that was the
You
why
did or
I
didn't like it.
She knew she had everything stacked against her, but when she got that time to speak, like she just went for the kill.
When
And
she got that
did a
time to
great
speak,
job.
she also ended her political career because there's no time for truth.
Yeah,
Yeah, not among Democrats, at least.
Oh, that's right. Fucking right.
Joe Thisby's a very serious question. Why do you keep bringing Dave Rose onto your shows? I have been watching for over 6 years and there have simply been countless times where he has acted like a complete crazy psycho and done serious harm to others.
Wait a minute. Look, we've had the best shows in the last week from last fucking throwdown to now. Because Dave's back, motherfucker.
Serious harm to you and others, Joe. Oh,
We've all
serious
fucking
harm,
took
like
his ass a time or two.
psychological harm, like something a liberal would refer to the fact that they can't go back to work with. Like, come on.
Well, I don't mind his opinion, but he doesn't hold any truth to that you bring good fucking points up. You bring fucking truth to the table. Even if it's crazy, sometimes you fucking do it.
And I accept that, but the thing is, though, serious harm. Let's be honest, though. What kind of serious harm would be like breaking somebody's leg?
Well, the truth is serious harm nowadays.
Ah, good point. Good point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really thinking about ending myself. I mean, after all the things that Dave is, I know what he's saying. If he kind of toned it back a little bit, like, wait, why would you have somebody like Dave on who like constantly does these things?
That's not Dave's style. He comes in hard and rough. Fire.
Listen, Dave, it's not. I'm not stupid. Like, we know, Dave does whatever Dave does whenever Dave does it, and it's not like I'm here like wow, I didn't think about that. It's like, nah, bro. I get it.
I'm working with. I've only been with him for the last year.
Yeah, I understand though, but it was the little bit extra on that of I don't know what. I mean, what's the harm? I'm trying to think the worst.
One thing I'll say is Dave criticizes everyone equally, except for himself, of course.
Double hard as me.
Does he really though, Drew? Come on, you dick sucker. I mean, does he really? I mean,
Drew is kind of correct.
It almost sounds like
Dave's man. He is what he is.
Dave sounds like he wants to suck Trump's dick tonight. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm defending him on times where you just fucking go overboard, Joe.
I'm not though. I'm literally. I've been bashing Biden all night. This has been
points you make literally are directly from CNN. Like you don't even bother to read the fucking article.
I don't listen to CNN. You know what's funny is all day long Leah says everything you say is from Fox News, and I go, what the? I don't watch Fox News now. Dave's telling me everything's from CNN. What the fuck is it? Fucking psychos.
No, I don't think that's the. I mean, I don't know.
No, trust me, I get into fights on Facebook every day. I get into fights with people every day and they both say the same thing. That's how I know that people are brainwashed in this country and around the world, because on Facebook, when I do anything, the one side just goes, "Oh, you're just one of those fucking well, how can I be that if I'm the other one?"
You lost the gray area. Nobody likes that.
Nobody likes the gray area.
Red or blue.
I can feel Joe's frustration because he's basically saying he's torn between two places that people are constantly accusing him of being, and he doesn't feel that he's either. So he's like, yeah, I'm fucking going insane.
It's what it's like. Well, on my Facebook, I'll get messages like, that, you know, like, why are you this crazy Republican? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then, but then in the same at the same time, somebody else will be like, oh, dude, you're just another liberal brainwashed person. And I'm like, what?
It's because
Like,
everyone attributes everything back to politics. No matter what you do or say, you're automatically an extreme this or an extreme that. I mean, look, the donation earlier tonight on me clearly doesn't know anything and just heard something I said when, oh, he's
it's the same thing with sports, though. It's like if you say, I just want a fucking good close game, they go, fuck that, we want this team to win.
Right.
You know?
And the answer is that I really try to attack everybody, and that's why I'm attacked by everybody. But
you know, Dave, I think you do the same thing, except you come across a little more like I'm a little head more this way, but you really do bring shit to the middle, but it's a little harsher. People don't get it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of ignorance there too, and
there's a bit of that.
You know,
well, like one thing I'll say about it, like, Dave, do you have any negative things to say about Trump?
I just told you I could and I've gone on this all for so long. I've said I can argue better anti-Trump than most liberals can anti-Trump.
I think the problem though is you don't bring a lot of anti-Trump stuff up.
You want to talk about it now? Like, you want me to bore you? Because
no, it's not about boring. It's about, I think people see it as like you come on and you're a little one-sided. I don't think that. I think people do.
Points that are being said, but the thing is, though, if you want to talk about like what I consider as negative factors of what Trump is doing, things that I would never have done or would totally disagree on, or tell him to go fuck himself straight to his face. I said this earlier today that. Again, I've got a list of them. I could go through all of them. And I already said it, like, Ivanka should not be there. Fucking Jared Kushner should not be there. Like,
that's not about Trump, though. That's about the people around him. Like, what is your biggest fault for Trump in the last 4 years? One.
Probably his... Let's see here. There's quite a few now, to be quite honest.
Biggest one or two, you know?
I think that he could have been much harsher on the domestic terrorism that we've seen in America from Antifa and BLM. I also think that he could have also been... Actually, here's another one. The guy's fucking letting... He's taking too long to act on fucking big tech in Silicon Valley, where they've been for the last 4 years literally silencing anyone who doesn't agree with them. It's not even conservatives, just... It's everybody, liberals, fucking anybody that doesn't agree with pushing their stories or pushing the narrative. Fucking big tech is basically silencing them. Trump has the capacity and capability of fucking like literally getting the Marines in there and killing everyone in there under national security, and he hasn't done it. Okay, that's one big thing. The big pharma, like this whole COVID thing could have been nipped in the bud if he had immediately attacked. Big Pharma and shown that hydroxychloroquine was useful, and that anybody that, again, why did he pick Fauci? I know why he picked Fauci, basically because he knows he's connected with...
He loves Reagan.
Every time, here's the thing, though. I don't like the way Trump operates. Why? Because he sets a lot of people up. A lot of bad people, though. That's a good thing. But the problem is it takes too long to get through the fucking process. So what is he doing with
the bureaucracy? Yeah.
What's he doing with Fauci and his fucking administration? He's setting this guy up to be exposed as somebody who has big money involved with the fucking Bill Gates Foundation. I'm sorry.
It took too long to make it a point.
I would have rather that we never even had this fucking thing. We never had the lockdown. Should never had Fauci in there. Should have just immediately just fucking come out and said, look, we have the cure. This is a fucking deep state attack. Here are these people who are involved, and we're not letting fucking anybody get sick from it.
Now, Dave, what do you think is his reason for holding back?
Huh?
What do you think his reason is for holding back? Does he have money in the game?
No, because the whole thing is that he's done this throughout his entire administration, is that this is how he's draining the swamp, okay? Not the way I would do it, because I'd literally send wet works groups out there to fucking kill every single one of these fucks. But the fact is, what's he doing? He's letting them expose themselves. So they'll have fucking Fauci come out and fucking say, "Oh, masks aren't good. Oh, masks are good. Oh, masks are good. Oh, masks are good. Oh, ignore the fact that I literally have I own half the patent for fucking the coronavirus vaccine. Ignore the fact that I'm fucking a board member on fucking Bill Gates' fucking foundation. Ignore all this stuff. Ignore the fact that I have a restaurant, which he does, that Nancy Pelosi visits on a constant basis.
And I'm at a molester too. He molests her there. We have photographs of him finger touching her.
What? How many places have you heard, like, legitimately in the main media express anything that has to do with, like, Fauci having over $500 million put into this thing?
No mainstream that I'm aware of.
Yeah, no mainstream. Exactly. It's ridiculous.
It's
I feel like that's where Trump could do better.
It's either Alex Jones who gets ridiculed, or like websites that are small that actually do the effort to link to the actual articles, and people just ignore. It's like, oh well, that's not Snopes, so therefore it's not true. Meanwhile, Snopes is basically fucking run by the CIA. So
Snopes is so full of shit.
I want to build a wall to Whitney Houston's vagina. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's all I want. I want to see her luscious hole. $9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick. Go ahead and suck it, fuck it, and suck it.
Harris is Hillary Clinton's hand-picked option for president after she failed herself.
Yep.
HRC and the DNC have been grooming her for a while.
Yep.
Harris once refused to have DNA evidence put in a trail of a man on death row that show he's innocent.
Yep. They had this is a fact. They had the proven innocence of a man, and she denied it. And there's tons of other examples of this. It's not that she's just a prosecutor and that she's done bad things as a prosecutor, and that she's, had to do the tough work, right? Because a lot of prosecutors are looked at as evil anyway, just because that's sort of what they have to. They do that job.
They're like,
But it goes beyond that.
I believe she actually worked towards incarcerating more black people.
Oh yeah,
in jails.
And here's a little bit.
Can't kill him. She'll incarcerate him.
By judges, when she was district attorney in San Francisco, what was the case? The Gage case. That there was evidence that was withheld from defense attorneys. Once she should have known, in my opinion, that people were innocent, she tried to protect those convictions. Why? Because she wanted to continue winning. She blocked DNA. She went to great lengths to try to block access to DNA for people that were accused of or convicted of felonies. Think about it. We're talking about a $12 DNA test.
Do you see the
look at this. This is crazy. She could have demanded DNA testing in Cooper's case. Now, Kevin Cooper is on death row. All right. You think about this. If they had denied DNA testing in Clementi's case, he would have been either dead or still on death row. What are we talking about here? We're talking about a test. She has constantly, in case after case, issue after issue. And look, the people that she hurts the most are people of color in this country, because they make up,
disproportionate number of
disproportionate, and so it's
well,
kind
the
of
truant children thing made me fucking sick.
Awful.
She went after the parents of truant children and threatened them with jail time. Imagine you're a single mom. You're just doing your best to put food on the table. You have to work 2 jobs, and your kids are understandably fucking up and not going to school because there's no father around.
Wow.
Well, she still should have done her job. It doesn't have to do with the dad.
Yeah, that part. I mean,
but I get it, because I remember back in the day, we all knew I wasn't gonna fucking make it through high school because of all the bullshit exit exams. At least the math part. And my mom had to pay like $2,000 up front just so the truancy officers wouldn't fuck around with me while I was taking care of my grandpa with Alzheimer's. It's like, I'm not in school. I'm taking care of an old man who's fucking dying. But we have to pay $2,000 to shut you up, or else someone's going to go to jail. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't know. They could do all these things could be done so differently.
Keep letting these Democrats treat you like pets. It's disgusting.
That's the scary thing. At least the Republicans, like, to your face, will be like, I'm fucking you. The Democrats are like, yeah, I love you, but I got my hand behind my back, and I'm going to fuck your world.
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
It's funny that you guys always equate, or very often seem to equate, that the party itself is a reflective of the voter, and that's not.
No. They don't know what the fuck they're voting for, man.
But they're like again, like the voters are much more reasonable. I would say, not always, but they're much more reasonable than the parties because the parties
The ones that are knowledgeable, right?
radical, but you have people.
Wait, you're not talking for all voters, right?
No, I'm saying that despite the parties acting crazy, that the people who vote for those parties aren't that radical and therefore won't necessarily agree with what everything that their party is putting forward.
But doesn't that put a complication for them where they go, well, like, this is the party I belong to. Like, if I don't agree with them, what do? I don't agree with the other side. What do I do?
It does? It forces people to be accountable for holding their party accountable. It's like, look, this is the party that I believe in for the most part, but if they deviate from these rules and want to go extreme, well, this is my party, not their party. It's my party, and it's my duty to fucking make sure that I make other people know about this because I don't want my party hijacked.
So do you think that's why many people are saying they're not voting?
What's that?
Or would you say that would lead to many people saying they're not voting at all because they're like, fuck all these sides?
What it should be leading to is people leaving the party if they
really
have their beliefs. Because I think it's a coward that says, well, you know what? I don't want to leave this party, but I don't want to vote for Trump, so I'm just not going to vote. That's the cowardly way out.
Wait, you don't think there's anything good about not voting at all? Like sending a message of like, we don't want any of this. Fuck you all.
No. There's a difference between not voting and actually abstaining from voting in a political protest. Now, what I mean by that, and I can tell you from people that I know that tried to do this, they almost got arrested for it. But basically, you have the right as a citizen that votes to say, I'm actually voting for nobody. Not that you're not voting, okay? You're actually voting, you're choosing to vote for nobody. What does that mean? You're voting for non-confidence. You're basically saying the system's fucked. It doesn't matter who's in position. What I'm voting for is, let's just bring it down and we need to start over. We need to fucking just like start a new election and fucking bring some sense to this whole situation.
So Dave, so people that think that not voting is doing exactly what you just said, how would you recommend that they go about putting that forth?
Because the thing though, not voting is basically saying that you have no opinion, but by actually going there and voting, like how Joe was talking the other day, like I'm gonna put in Jesse Ventura's name into this.
Got you.
It might not be on the ballot, but you're basically saying, look, I refuse to participate in this vote, and I'm basically giving my vote of non-confidence. The system's broken, and I'm not gonna vote for either this. I'm voting for basically reconstructing the system.
So you could even go in and put your own name in. Say fuck it. Right?
Well, depending on the political system. In America, yes. In Canada, no.
Tulsi and Jesse, baby.
You can make a joke out of it even.
No, but in Canada, you should be able to basically say, I'm choosing to vote against it. You're not abstaining from voting. You're not basically you're abstaining from voting for any of the parties, but you're not abstaining from voting. You're actually saying, I'm taking a stand with my vote. But rather than vote for either of these fucking assholes, I'm voting to rebuild the system. I'm voting to actually, to restart.
So you're basically saying if they don't want to vote, basically, like they don't agree with any of it, the best thing to do is to vote, but don't vote for any of the parties.
You're voting for the deconstruction of the system is what you would be voting for.
I get that. I'm just saying, what's your best way of doing that?
I'm voting for the deconstruction of your asshole. No, go ahead.
Well, someone needs to stand up and just vote. Get a third party together that people can actually get behind. As I said earlier, this is the time.
That won't work. That'll just split the votes up. You have to break down.
Not if you get enough people behind it and actually push it.
Yeah, well.
You don't think this isn't a better time than any?
Well, it's not going to happen this fast.
No, what are you talking about with the Common Core and how dumb people are these days? Can you trust the kids today to? They trust
trying to teach me
Greta
that
fucking Thunberg or whatever.
I'm not teaching that shit, dude. I got the thing from the school the other day. I went, what the fuck is this? The math? Like, what are they doing?
Oh, Common Core is made specifically to make people dumber and.
I was gonna say it's a
allow
long
minorities
route to something that we figured out years ago, way faster.
Right. I don't understand it.
Well, we're not getting anywhere in our current political position. It doesn't matter who gets voted.
That's what I like
or who gets
about
voted
Trump.
against. We're fucked because we got nothing but 515 fucking criminals in Washington that care more about their own wallets and their own.
But who's not a
future than-
political? Who's not a career political figure, and that's Trump.
That's true.
He's the closest thing.
He's the best thing we
Still a
have
lot
to
of fucking-
deconstructing everything.
He's not a politician, and that's why he's perfect for his position.
Yes,
But he's got 515 other people that are unwilling to work with him.
that's true.
They
Right.
literally fucking the second he got into office, they said that they wanted him out. Adam Schiff, since the day fucking Trump took office, has been trying to find a way to get him out of there, and he's on record saying it.
That's
It's all over the
ridiculous.
place.
You know, that would be fine, unless. But what most of those people
and
do is they
Pelosi's
want to
been
get.
just
Go ahead.
Pelosi's been the same way about it. It's like how could anyone
these
how could
people
anyone
committed
get a
perjury.
chance to like Trump? He's never been given a chance. Go ahead,
Right.
Dave.
I'm just saying, give it time because these people have committed perjury, and it's only a matter of time before they get arrested for these sorts of things.
Well, quite honestly, the worst thing about all this bullshit is the goddamn Halo was canceled. Now we're not gonna have to wait till next year. This is bullshit. It's fucking
What was that,
bullshit.
Halo 5 or
Halo's no Halo Infinite, which is kind of like Halo 7, I guess.
Jesus, there's that many sequels. Fuck me.
they canceled it? So did Master Chief contract the COVID or what?
No, they're just like, oh, we're not ready. It's not.
We're waiting for the fucking vaccine chips.
Yeah, yeah, man, I'm pissed.
Well, Microsoft does own fucking the Halo brand, and Bill Gates is associated with that, so I'm sure he'll get the vaccine at the fucking.
You know, what if that son of a bitch dies?
You'll get.
Wouldn't
You
that
know
be
what?
great?
You're gonna get a free dose of vaccine with every purchase of new Halo Infinity.
Oh my god, that would be fucking
Oh.
hilarious.
It comes in the case.
You too can be like Master Chief. Inject yourself with
God.
this unknown
It's the
stuff.
downloadable content. You just put your wrist up to the fucking scanner.
Hold on a minute. I gotta inject myself with this.
Yeah, seriously. You start to hear the music.
All right, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, wow. Jesus.
Wow. Yo.
Do I need to fall down or something since we're getting to that last?
You want to fall? Yeah, like you did the other day. You just fell down everywhere.
Yeah, and if I do, I better do it on my front. I gotta protect this tailbone. It's already half broken.
I think that actually happened to me on Monetize This once.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, you did. You fell down. The fucking Bruins game tonight was canceled because the goddamn Tampa Bay game went into like overtime 900. Did you see that shit?
They canceled the whole game.
Yeah.
Also, can we take great pleasure at the fact that Toronto was eliminated?
Yes, Toronto was eliminated tonight. In what, overtime
The
4?
other night.
It was overtime 4 or 5. I don't remember.
I can't remember, but fuck Toronto.
It was overtime number 5. Yep. I was watching. I'm waiting. I'm like, all right, Bruins starts at maybe 10, maybe 10:30, and the game just wouldn't fucking end. It wouldn't fucking end tonight. And then finally, the goddamn Tampa Bay Lightning took out the Columbus Blue Jackets in overtime number 5. Lightning win game 1. 5 overtimes. Fucking crazy. The Flames defeated the Stars in game 1. There'll be no Toronto Maple Leafs, which Dave likes. I think Dave secretly might, like he hates hockey or something.
No, I love fucking hockey, man. But
I know, but you just hate your own team so. But they are scumbags.
It's not my own team.
What?
They're not my team.
Who is?
What are you rooting for, Ottawa?
No, I'm rooting for fucking the Jets.
Oh, wow. Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I've always been a fan of the Jets.
Yeah, that's where I met Dave. Was on a hockey stream, for fuck's sake.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you and I immediately hit it off because we're both trying to tell Tommy the pharmaceutical companies, you know, give
Yeah,
it
he wouldn't have any of it.
you guys are fucking crazy.
You
guys are crazy.
are crazy. You're crazy.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, they have our best interest in mind, you fucking psychos.
Now the Bruins are gonna suck because they always suck in the day. So now we're gonna get a day game.
Well, how
Great.
can you cancel the whole game? Like, those guys were all ready to go, and they canceled the whole fucking thing.
That's bullshit, man. They should have just fucking gone, or they should have done it at the same time.
Dude, the
They could have
Bruins.
recorded it even and put it later.
The Bruins were
Jesus.
the Bruins are the best team in the league when COVID happened. We're gonna fucking lose in like the first
And what
round.
are you at now?
We got the Hurricanes and a bunch of people that don't know we're playing. They look like shit, dude. 3 games, 3 losses. They don't look right, which is what happens.
President, oh my god,
This
They
shit-
shouldn't even count this year. It should all just be exhibition.
I mean,
games,
dude, it's
because,
not the
like,
same team. Like it's not the same
Yeah.
season anymore. Like it's not. The Bruins are on fire, and now they look like shit. That doesn't make sense.
They've lost their. Everyone's lost their momentum. Every team
Right.
has lost their momentum.
What it
There's
is
no
is
fucking fans here.
And you know somebody's going to emerge and win who you'd never would have expected is what's going to happen.
Write the season off. Let everyone fucking play. You know, much nicer. Nobody wears helmets and stuff. Let's go back to like the '60s style of fucking playing and stuff. Let's make the fucking rest of the season like somewhat enjoyable, different. But like this season's fucking ruined already. There's no point. There's really no point.
Wouldn't it be funny if Alex? What the fuck?
Alex.
I'm thinking Alex Kovalev for some reason. Why the hell am I thinking of Alex Kovalev? The hell? Alexander Ovechkin. Imagine he gets caught in the back with a towel boy fucking him in the ass. And that becomes like a big story all over the place.
I was just inspecting his asshole. It is
Yeah.
very common in Russia.
I fuck everything that moves. I mean, that guy
He
bangs
slapped a
everything.
towel on my ass one time, and I couldn't say no.
He fucks everything that moves.
And they're going out for some hangings.
No. Oh, we got more donations. I missed these.
Give me that Superman punch in my rectum. Give me that Superman punch in my rectum. I don't care if your whole fist goes up my asshole. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns.
Both parties suck though.
Yep.
I used to be full Dem, but over the past 4 years I've gone very progressive. The DNCFD Bernie in 2016 and then 20 did the same to Tulsi/Yang. All the elites are pedos and should hang. Everyone vote Joe
Joe Jordanson, independent in November. I gotta look up this Joe Jordanson. Everybody's been saying his name in the chat last couple days. Yeah, I keep hearing it, and I don't know about him.
Let's add another twist to this.
Okay.
Both Ivanka and her father Donald Trump have donated to Harris' campaign too. Dems hide behind the fact they fuck you. The Republicans at least are bant and they are fuck you raw without lube with no courtesy of a reach around.
That's true. That's what I was saying earlier. They fucking in your face.
Yeah, and also Ivanka's been associated with
Oh, cleaning up my system there.
and other
Jesus, that was a big
fucking rich.
Yummy. Yummy.
Oh.
Yummy.
I'm still
That's
here,
gross.
baby.
Hell
Did you
yeah!
fart while he was down there blowing you? That's gross.
Junebug is back, baby. What up, Junebug? I always think of Junebug's Bullfrog song, and it's always cracks me up. What up, Junebug? Glad you're alive, baby.
God, look at that. What the fuck did you say at the end of that?
Baby.
Oh, yummy, yummy.
I said baby. Did I? Did I say gay? I might have said gay.
I thought he said yummy.
Oh, you know what? I might have said that.
I'm reading his cocksucking lips, and I'm pretty sure. Did my hater leave? What? This fucking chat is all over the place, dude.
Yeah, just like this country. Fuck everyone. Vote for your fucking neighbor this year in the election. Fuck everyone.
Put Scooby-Doo in the fucking thing. We'll just...
I was going to mention, just as a side note here, that the other day I ordered what was called Cali Dragon. And this weed...
Oh, that's a strain. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's vote that weed in. Fuck it.
What?
Let's vote the weed in. Your bag of weed. Let's vote
What do you got
that.
there? Is that like indica dominant?
It's majority indica.
Ooh.
It's like, I think, 85 indica, 15 sativa.
Ooh, that's a nice blend.
It's actually 20. It's between 19 and 29% THC.
That's fucking... That'll get you going on a fucking paranoid schizophrenic rant right
Well,
there.
I don't know if it's paranoia, but like the thing is, though, I think it's on the higher end of the THC scale, because the other day I smoked a little bowl, and within 15, well, actually probably within 5-10 minutes, I was already feeling like knowing the effects of a high-end sort of cannabis. So I could immediately tell that this was stronger than the usual.
Yeah, if it's on 29%, that's pretty high. I mean, to get any higher than that, you have to go with hash or fucking...
Maybe this is what Dave was getting at, but Ivanka's modeling manager is a known child sex trafficker. Trump people think we'll expose the pedos, but he's friends with most of them. Can we just fuck 2020 and light up a huge bowl and get high?
Well,
check out who has red shoes. That's your big fucking deal.
Fade to black,
seems
thanks, man.
I'll be honest, but it does seem to be that Trump has been associating with a lot of these people because he's been sort of involved in a plan that's been essentially set up to take these people down. We have to remember as well that, you know, he was vetted to become president, so they didn't find any dirt on him. 4 years worth of fucking fake fucking reports, still no dirt on him.
Yeah, but you know, no one talks about Dave, and you probably know about this more than I do. Didn't he? Wasn't he undercover or whatever the fuck against Epstein?
Yes, that's another
Okay.
thing. In 2004, he was the only one. This was, and the cops came out and said this. This guy was the only one that literally came out and
What
said,
else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's what he said.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Fuck Debe.
Hail metal forever. Thanks, man.
Now, I can't disprove that he's ever said that because he probably did. But
yeah, who hasn't?
The cop basically said, look, nobody else of all these people that, you know, were aware of what Epstein is doing came to us directly and said, look, I know what's going on. You have as much time as you need. You know, ask whatever's necessary. You have my attention. And they came out and publicly said this, that Trump was the only one that did that. So, and again, it does fit it with a lot of other stuff where it does seem that Trump has been associated with a lot of these people specifically to fucking nail them. So, and again, like, you know, you might question, well, why would somebody do that? But, you know, if you are committed to a certain plan, you would be willing to put yourself into a situation where you might have to associate with very undesirables.
I could see him doing it for the money even, and not being any way associated with what they're doing, but make a few bucks off them and then sell them down the river.
Well, I can't discount that as the possibility, but I'll tell you this, like, as the president, this guy's lost a massive amount of personal wealth. So it's just like...
Not to mention having to protect
He'll get
his...
it back, though. He'll get
Nobody
that back.
goes to... Nobody who is a president, you know, and is a successful business person prior... you know, ends up making more money as the president. It's only these career politicians like, say, Pelosi or something, who end up like being in politics for 40 years and yet end up having a $1.5 billion personal wealth.
Dude, they're gonna have to. He's gonna have to.
When you're fucking making deals.
He's gonna have to have double security on Trump Tower for the rest of the time.
Same with the Amazon guy, the fucking whatever the fuck his name is. Like all these people, they made fucking billions, like over $700 billion with this shutdown because everybody's going to Amazon and all these places.
The child trafficking, the child sharing.
Them and Apple have made huge amounts of money because of this fucking pandemic.
Yeah, we can't get stimulus checks.
Right.
Like,
yeah, exactly. But Democrats and Republicans are voting to fucking give more money to fucking Walmart or whatever. and it's just like, but the people aren't seeing it. It's the people.
Amazon's they're looking to put Walmart even out of business eventually. Like they're looking to make so much money, probably trillions of dollars eventually. That's the kid, this guy.
Well, this guy's a hypocrite too.
You hear that right back?
I don't get it. You can't vote for Kanye because he didn't sign certain papers but then allowed to write down names of other people? Huh? Roman Reigns, you're the man. Superman punch in your rectum. Superman punch in your rectum. Ooh la 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 ah.
Well, it's all rigged. It's all rigged, Swerve. That's really the.
Biden is a white Roman Reigns if you think about it.
I'd rather have Kanye running than fucking Biden. And I would love to see a debate. I would love to see a debate between Biden and Kanye. That would be fucking epic.
Oh God, Kanye and Trump would be hilarious.
Because here's the thing: call him crazy all you want, but Kanye will make 1,000 times more sense than Biden could in all his fucking 40 years.
I don't disagree with that.
I don't
Probably
care
say
how
less
crazy that
N-words, too.
sounds, because it's the truth.
You want to see what a hypocrite Ryback is? I tweeted this out earlier.
I fucked kids. I fucked them for many years.
Pat, like
this is him tweeting to suck up. We cannot hang out in the sewer and encounter. He's basically saying like this. Rusev's yelling at a fan who said his wife should have been fired instead of him, and then Ryback is like, "Yeah, you way to go, man. Don't you shouldn't be telling people they should be fired." And that's what Rusev is saying. Hey, F you, wishing somebody to be fired speaks volumes of a shitty person. But then Ryback agrees and with the little prayer hands above. But yet here's Ryback a few months back about Pat Buck.
sent him a message and just personally let him know the other day that I'm going to personally get him fired when I'm fucking healthy if he doesn't get fired before that, and enjoy the ride short term that he's up there. So, and
Ryback is one of the fakest positivity, like, retard idiots ever.
Yeah,
this guy constantly.
The secret, like I don't know shit about it, but I'll fucking
let me tell you the secret about how I'm full of shit. Ryback is the biggest full of shit guy who talks about how he's got positivity and all these other things, yet he wishes people could get fired. Just like how he told me that I should use my platform for positivity and for good things, and then the next day told me, I hope that guy dies in a pit of spikes, and I wanted to kill him, but I couldn't do it.
You've had more positivity on this show in all the bullshit in 7 years than that guy's had in 7 minutes.
Everything is a lie. Praying hands, the guy is full of shit.
sent him a message and just personally let him know the other day that I'm going to personally get him fired when I'm fucking healthy if he doesn't get fired before that, and enjoy the ride short term that he's up there. So, and I know his buddy wants to say you're supposed to be a motivational speaker and be positive. I am, but I'm also, I don't put up with little bitches. I only let him know the other day that I'm going to personally get him fired. When I'm going to personally get him fired. That I'm going to personally get him fired. That I'm going to personally get him fired when I'm fucking healthy if he doesn't get fired before that, and let him know the other day that I'm going to personally get him fired.
It's hilarious.
God.
Hypocrites.
I fucking slammed a fist with that guy at a fucking house show, and his sweat got all over me. I feel so dirty.
Oh, you should have came on him.
Well, I wanted to fucking slam fist with CM Punk. That's who he was facing. Oh my god, it was hilarious. CM Punk drugged that belt on the ground all the way to the ring. Like, I don't even want to be here.
Wow.
This fucking guy's gonna beat me in this match to a disqualification. Fuck this.
You know,
it was so funny, but like, yeah, his sweat got all over me. It smelled like putrid children.
Ryback with the auto followers bot on his Twitter. I mean, the guy is a pathetic piece of trash, to be honest.
I can't shit on him 100% because people do that with me. They go, oh, I thought you were all positivity and like you want to kill yourself, or you're like, you come out with this deep, dark shit. I'm like, yeah. Have you ever met comedians? Cat Williams wants to die, but he's funny.
But also what you're doing, like, you're not saying that you're positive, but you know that how people should be. You're not preaching that, like, you need to stop with that, this bullshit. You're not yelling at people.
Like, I can tell you which way to go, but don't lead by my actions. Better listen to what I say, not what I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he doesn't do that. He pretends like he is living that. That's the difference. And that's
He's so full of shit.
full of shit Ryback. Goodbye, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the donations tonight. Thanks to Derailed Gatekeeper Drew, The Devious
Third
One,
party.
Devious Dave Rose, and Jesse, the Body Ventura. No, I'm just kidding.
Should
All
I
right.
fall? or
Yes.
anything?
No, beat off. Beat it off. Good night, everybody. Enjoy Kamala. La, 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 la.
Shut up, you filthy animal!
Joe, Leah's pussy needs a cleaning out.
I gotta go, guys. It needs a cleaning out.
Joe, Leah's pussy needs a cleaning out.
Oh yeah? Horny guys?